I came across this old tweet thread that I posted not too long ago. So, and basically, I'm just gonna read through like kind of what helped me overall get to kind of like where I am and like progress forward just when I was going rogue, kind of. So, one of my first suggestions is to regularly visit gallery exhibitions, preferably opening ceremonies so you can meet new people, network, observe, and learn. I think it's really important to absorb as much information as you can when you're going out and to project yourself in spaces you aspire to be in. One of my professors mentioned to me that I should remain intellectually promiscuous, so that's something that I've always just held on to. By doing this, I feel like I've been able to interview a lot of people for a podcast that I have, and also just like build these personal relationships so that you always have a space or a person to like ask questions to. Share or if possible acquire original artworks by your peers and cohort. I personally am an avid art collector, sculptures, photography, paintings. Like every time I feel like I have enough capital to do so, I definitely invest in artworks that I've been saving for. An art collection not only shows you're a serious supporter, but its value appreciates over time. So I would highly suggest buying original works, like works you actually enjoy, not just like random works, but artworks that you actually really enjoy and feel like are good investments for yourself. Another thing I feel like that has like really helped me is removing my ego and sharing works in progress. And I feel like it just lets other people know that you're working, or you should have like some sort of newsletter. So sharing works in progress is always helpful, and it also encourages you to continue working so that you always have a work that's in progress or multiple works that are in progress. And another thing that I've implied is like, or applied, is committing to being aesthetically promiscuous. So sometimes we commit to something because it like, sometimes we get committed to like an aesthetic or something in our visual language because it works. People are gravitating towards it and they're encouraging it. They could be even like acquiring your work, but you should also still be exploring other ways of creating and like challenging yourself, and that's like really key. Sometimes you may feel like giving up. It's usually because you're thinking too hard or you're committed to one idea. And something that has helped me is I move past that by simply doing. Like if I am too committed to an idea and what I'm creating like is not aligning with that, I just remove myself from that and I just like keep doing whatever. I keep adding and I just stop thinking about that commitment I had to that first idea and I just continue working, and usually I feel so much better after that. Also too, something that is also a challenge for me, but I challenge myself to do this, is that if something is difficult, make time as often as possible to focus on that. If you're unable to draw a nose or that's too difficult for you, draw the nose every day. If it's hard for you to draw an ear or people in general or hands, feet, birds, landscapes, you should commit to practicing those things at least like once a day for an extended period of time, whether it be like quick ones that you just want to like get out, or a long period of time of like study and observation. Always do your personal best. Your only competition is you. Others may be in a different position than you, so if that's an aspiration, then definitely pursue that. Don't think that you're unable to get there, and always apply yourself, inquire. You just literally never know what can happen when you prepare yourself and an opportunity presents itself and you're just able to tackle it. I would also say always be ready to talk about your work despite visual strength. So like sometimes people have really good works, but they're unable to talk about their works. And I think the difference between someone who perhaps becomes successful and someone who doesn't is someone who is not only consistent, but someone who is also able to communicate their works, what it's doing, what you want it to do, what the concept is, the idea and purpose. And that is very helpful because if you talk about your work, you're able to refine all these ideas over time and also allow other people to honestly critique your work, not just have opinions, but like really critique your work. It allows people to, it allows you to know what it's doing for other people. And sometimes your work may be doing something completely opposite of what you intend for it to do. So having people actively critique your work is extremely helpful. And also have fun. Yeah, critique, feedback. It would be very helpful if you could get a mentor. That could be like something that you write down and like try to get towards. Or you may stumble upon someone who may just so happen to become your mentor. But I really do feel like having a mentor and just like a group of people who are strong in their works and strong in their mind and a good circle of people, that way you can like always have people that are able to communicate with you and you can ask them questions. Extremely helpful. And yeah, so that was my cool thread that I posted not too long ago that I pinned, and I feel like it's extremely helpful, and I feel like those are kind of like key things that have definitely helped me. Also visiting museums in general, like, and also museum spaces you feel like you want to be in if you feel like you're a museum artist. Yeah, so I have a newsletter and I like share tips and stuff, so subscribe and enjoy the rest of your day. I am.